So let's get started with staining and decorating this wooden chest. This one I purchased from Michael's and I'm super excited because it's so cute. Look at the inside. Pretty. And remember, everything that I use in this video, I will include in the comment section below. Firstly, make sure you lay something down over your work area so whatever you're using doesn't get messed up. Okay. You're also going to need a pair of disposable gloves. You are also going to need a sanding block. You will need some kind of wood finish. This one in particular is Minwax in red mahogany, but the color choice is up to you. Then you're going to need a foam brush. And lastly, you will need a rag of some sort. This one is a sock, an old sock, so don't worry, I won't be using it again. So the first thing I like to do before I start staining is to get rid of some of these little edges that are they're kind of sticking up a little bit. So you're just gonna take your sanding block and you're just gonna sand them down a little. And don't worry about the color of the sanding block getting on it, because once we put the stain, all of that will go away. And you're just gonna keep doing that until you get all the edges. Anywhere you see it sticking up, you're gonna just pass your sanding block over. So I'm gonna finish up with this and then I'm gonna come back and show you how it looks. So as I started sanding, I realized that I didn't like the sanding block I used, so I'm going to be sanding now with this sanding block. So again, you're just basically taking off those rough edges. Sometimes there's rough little splintery pieces. Pretty sure that's not a word. Splintery pieces. So just do your final once over and make sure that you're happy with everything. Just look it over, make sure you didn't miss any pieces. And now we're ready to get started staining. So now we're gonna start staining. We have just finished sanding and wipe down any excess dust that we have. So I have my stain ready here. And so you're just gonna dip a little bit in and just apply it on. I happen to start with the second one, but you do not have to start with the second one. And you can do 2 at a time and just light strokes. And you can re-dip it again. Remember, it does not have to be super neat. Now you're gonna go in with the rag of your choice. Mine is the sock. And I'm just gonna wipe off any excess. See? The excess will just come off. And you're gonna continue to do this with the entire box. Also, you're gonna wanna make sure you're in a ventilated area, as this tends to have a little stinky smell. this is the reason why you always want to make sure that you cover your workspace, especially when you're dealing with this stain. Because this right here could have been all over your beautiful craft table. So at this point, you will have stained your entire chest, all of your sides. And what you're going to want to do now is take what's left of your rag or your sock and just pass over it to make sure that you pick up any of the excess stain. So you're just going to continually wipe it and just push into the wood, and you're going to go around your entire box. So we did a last minute decision and decided to keep the inside without being stained, and we just stained the top of it, and this is how it looks there. But it's up to you. Remember, this is totally up to you. So you're just gonna keep taking off the excess. As you can see, sometimes it's a little shiny, and that's when you know you have some of the excess. And you're just gonna wipe down any of the part that you stained. And you're gonna do this for the entire box. Also, this is your time if you missed any areas. Like this little piece here, this little guy. Just gonna add a little bit. Just wipe it down. And you're gonna do that for any of the pieces you feel like might have some missing stain. So here, I missed a little piece. Just gonna take a little bit of stain, just put it in there just so. Then just gonna take my sock and wipe it. And then I'm just gonna check, make sure I didn't miss any other places. Over the hardware, just make sure you wipe off the stain. And just go over it. And you now have a completely stained wooden chest. What I want to do is leave this somewhere, of course in a ventilated area, overnight, and it will be ready for you to use. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!